my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. Never had a whole lot of money. I was never good at games and chance. When I'm playing cards with my buddies, where the money flies right out of my pants. Don't you know I got a little secret? It's the ace of hearts up my sleeve. And when I get home to my honey, she give me love like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, they call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. When I'm walking through my neighborhood, everybody knows I'm feeling good. See me smiling from my head to my feet. They say, ain't that Mr. Lucky coming down the street? Hey, that's me. I'm Mr. Lucky when you kiss my lips, when you touch me with your fingertips. I'm Mr. Lucky when you hold me tight. I'm Mr. Lucky when we kiss goodnight. Baby, they call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky in love. You know that's right. Baby, 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 baby.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? What's hot? What's hip? What's happening? What's shaking on your hump day? I am going to be telling you about the world's most expensive food. But before I do that, we've got some business to cover here. You know, we at the Tom Gully Show, as always, hope that you, on this hump day, are getting the full, total, and complete amount of hump that you so desperately crave and you so rightfully deserve. Let's just start with that. Second thing is, was this past weekend or the weekend before? Was it weekend? I don't know. Anyway, USA beat Mexico 2-0. I wore my 2-0 Mexico USA shirt, and I told you that there are many other shirts that celebrate 2-0, the US 2, Mexico 0. It happens all the time, usually in a championship game. Seriously, it happens so many times, it's unreal. Anyway, I found my 2-0 shirt. There we go. Hashtag 2-0. And not only did I find it today, I found it, and Arsenal beat Luton Town 2-0. We are, of course, monetized now. Woohoo! Alpha Chi love. And that's awesome. But we'd still like to tell you, you can go to, thetomgullyshow.com, and there's free podcasts there for you. And there's free past episodes of this show. And if you like, subscribe, share, retweet, that's free too, man. It's all free. But you can also buy things from us. Some of those are not free, sadly. Oh. And I didn't put one of them up, but I'm going to put it up. There's the thing I'm going to show you that you're going to love here in just a second. And you're going to love this thing. One of our bestest viewers, Aku, told us the other day that he was working on a semi that had been, look at that. That's messed up, man. That thing's messed up. But then look what Aku did to it. Looky there, huh? Looking all Sprite-O now, all candy apple red and beautiful. Yeah, how about that? Well done. Well done, Aku. Well played. All right, now I got to remove that, and I got to remove that, and then I got to add something because there was a thing I converted that I forgot to add that you will all love, because not only is it an example of the top quality name brand merchandise, mostly mugs, in the Tom Gully Show universe. This is Producer Joe's mug. Here's what this is, if it'll ever load up. Okay. Yeah, Producer Joe bought himself a mug. Look at that. Got himself a Tom Gully Show mug. And I'm waiting for Sunday Jenna to send us a photo of her with her shirt on. She bought a t-shirt, so... Anyway, this was very funny, by the way. So Tom's got monetized. How long before stereotyping? I'll see myself out. Terry Nee is here. He is a dude of the highest order. SG Fanboy says, song is great and I can't find it anywhere. I'm thinking about divulging. The song's title is Mr. Lucky. And it is very hard to find because I don't even know that there was an original record. I haven't even been able to source the original place this appeared. I bought it off of iTunes or something. Or maybe not off of iTunes. I might have downloaded it off of MySpace page. I don't know nothing about it. All I know is there's any rights attached to it that I can find. And SG, if you contact me at my Facebook page for the Tom Gully Show, I will send you the answer to that mystery. Joker, but I wouldn't necessarily look for finding another copy of this because it's yeah. Joker says, Gilman, the creature from the Gully Lagoon. I don't know. The lagoon by the gully? Aku. Well done, Aku. Yes, there you go. Badam. I don't know what that is. Gilman says, to the beloved host with the most. Thank you, Gilman, for your kind donation and using our monetization feature. That's always nice. Chef Randy is in the house. Thank you, Chef Randy, for being here down there in Union Station in Indianapolis. It's a very trendy area, just south of the downtown circle. Well, and a little bit to the west as well, but not that much. Haku saying hello. Or Joker saying hello to Haku. People saying hi to each other. People saying hi to each other. SG Fanboy, if you Google some of the lyrics, you can get the song artists and lyrics. But yeah, I don't think it's available. It's a mystery. Haku says only fell twice. Well, that's a good day. The Gully verse. Well, I don't think we want to start anything like that. Jokerfish says that whole thing. Sunday Jenna says, I think it came today, Tom. Something April has never said. Boom! I hope it did. Let me know. August says, thank you, Tom. I'm still working on it, removing runs, and I have 2 blow-ins, so I'll be working late. I know how painful that can be, removing runs and such. Jokerfish, eat a lot of cheese. Jokerfish says, very awesome blues song. It's called Mr. Lucky. There's several Mr. Lucky songs, and there's a Mr. Lucky radio show from the old time radio SG says, I think I just found it. Well, awesome. Hugh says, oh, hey, Tom. A lot of people search for that song. Hamhead says, congratulations, Tom. Thank you, Hamhead, for your kind donation. And then producer Joe, the king of all dabblers, says, F the frog. Well, that's awful. I would never say that. It looks like you take either creamer or milk in your coffee. I would have pegged you for a black as the devil's heart kind of coffee guy, like just a high-test Java due to the hours you're cranking and the video you're reviewing and editing. SG Fanboy says, how about Twitter? I don't have Facebook. Twitter works fine. Twitter works just fine. Or you can just email me, tom@thetomgullyshow.com. Whatever you want to do, brother. People are very much behind the frog here, and that's something I encourage. I am a major Team Frog. I want to start the Tadpole Battalion. I think we need T-shirts and hats and things for that. I stand with the Tadpole Battalion. It's not catching on. It's really not catching on. It's like Ball State redid their football stadium, and they were trying to come up with a nickname for it, or maybe it was the basketball stadium. And I wanted Birdland because it's got that great, and they play the song Birdland. The jazz band plays the song Birdland before every game, and I'm thinking Birdland. It's because Ball State Cardinals, and I kept pushing for it. You've heard that song, right? The Charlie Potter played at Birdland, Birdland. I'm singing Birdland, Birdland. It's an awesome song. And Birdland, it's a bit perfect. You know what they came up with? This is for the basketball stadium. The Nest. Wow, that's majestic. Hamhead says the frog. Yes, the frog, certainly. It's Gully o'clock. I love that. I could actually make another clock that had all the numbers, and then this one would just be the logo and a clock. Gully o'clock. No, that would be right here, 7. Well, I'd have to make 4 different versions, and then maybe some for Europe. But I don't think Cafe Press ships to Europe, so good side business for somebody. Because Cafe Press doesn't send to Europe. You make people send to you from Cafe Press, and then you ship it to Europe. Good side business. A lot of markup. Tatpoles, says Sunday Jenna. Tatpoles. Because we all got to have tats. I want to get a tat of the Arsenal logo, but every time I go in, the person's busy or something. Aku says, basically the degree of error I play with is less than the thickness of a piece of paper. Final Paint Correction has me playing with 3 to 5,000 grit paper, I think that says. Tom and the Tadpole, Bullfrog Bunch, Battletoads. So I guess I do like, but see, a toad's a little different than the thing than a frog, and a toad's a nasty. It's kind of nasty. Man, I haven't even started telling you about the world's most expensive food yet. I guess I should open up my thing because, that's what I do. I open up my thing. This thing here, I sourced a lot of information from a severely hoity-toity source. A very hoity-toity source. I'm going to give you the top 10 most expensive foods in the world. The first one you really can't see because it's my background. You can kind of see them there in the background, but it's a display for their sale in Japan. When a lot of this stuff is Japanese, by the way, but not a lot of it, but a number of them. And that item, number 10 on the list, is ruby Roman grapes. You probably don't think of grapes when you think of expensive foods, but These grapes are the size of a ping pong ball, and they are perfect. Ruby Roman grapes are rare and exclusive grapes that are only grown in Japan. They have a deep red color, thick skin, and they're known for that large ping pong ball size. And please, nobody capture that. Ruby Roman grapes are very sweet. They have a very rich, fruity flavor that is almost often compared to any deeply sugared grape, but just much more intense. They are exclusively grown in the Ishikawa prefecture of Japan on the west coast of Honshu Island, for those of you keeping score at home. And they are very carefully tended to by farmers who limit the number of grapes per vine to ensure the quality and that very, very over-the-top flavor. Ruby Roman grapes are hand-picked when fully ripe, then carefully packed and shipped to markets in Japan and around the world. A clump of these grapes, which are classed by category. The top category is superior. Well, it's not totally the top. But superior bunches of grapes go for $90 to $140. Special superior bunches cost between $180 and $450. And the rarest of them all, the premium Ruby Roman grapes, $1,000 per bunch. $1,000 per bunch. So that's got to be like $100 a grape or something like that. I mean, it's insane. And I like grapes. So, Number 9 on the list is a little thing called bluefin tuna. Very highly prized. It is also a staple of sushi and sashimi. It is like buttery flavored. It's tender in texture, super tender if you've ever had it at a sushi restaurant. Seafood enthusiasts, high-end restaurants, they all have bluefin tuna. And, of course, as a result, the overfishing of the population of bluefin has now made it an endangered species. But fishing restrictions have helped the species recover over the last 10 years or so. But due to its popularity and those fishing restrictions, you can't just get bluefin tuna. It's pricey. A 212 kilogram bluefin tuna sold for $273,000 at auction in Tokyo in January of 2023. That's like $1,287 per kilo. And in a sushi restaurant, one single piece of bluefin tuna could cost between $50 and $80. So there you go. There's your bluefin tuna. How much is 212 kilograms? Pounds. Okay, so that's like a 500-pound. I mean, 273,000, but it is a 500-pound tuna, so it's pretty big. It's pretty big. There's a really hard finding pictures for this next one. But it is one of my favorite foods, and I've never had this. By the way, I've to my knowledge, not had any of this stuff. Well, I've had one or two of these things, but I have had bluefin tuna. This is Densuki watermelon. And it is, as you can see, the skin of the watermelon is completely black, and it's a perfectly round watermelon. Some people call it black watermelon, as a matter of fact. It's rare. It's only grown on the island of Hokkaido in northern Japan. It's known for its very distinct black rind, its crisp red flesh, and exceptional sweetness. If you think you've had sweet watermelon, double it or triple it. This is sweeter than that. The flavor is also described as having a hint of strawberry or honeydew melon in it. So it's not just watermelon flavor. It's got some other stuff going on, citrusy stuff going on in there. These melons are grown in volcanic soil, which is super rich in minerals and nutrients, and they also are grown in a very cool climate with lots of water. These babies are also hand-picked, and then they are washed and packaged for shipment. Now get this, only 10,000 of these are grown every year, which supply-demand accounts for the exceptional price. They usually go for around $250 a pop, but they have sold at auction for over $6,000. So there you go. I've never had that either. This next one I've never had, and I want it now so bad. So very, very badly. So very incredibly badly. Oh, do I want this? This is... Did I put that up on the screen? Yeah, I did. This is Iberico ham. It is a cured ham produced in Spain and Portugal. It's a complex, nutty flavor with hints of herbs and spices, and it's served in very thin slices and eaten on its own. You would never make a sandwich of this. You would never put it in a salad. Its flavor is so incredible, people do not mix it with anything else. Now, the meat is made from the Iberian pig, and that's a breed that is also known for its flavor and texture. These pigs are allowed to roam freely, where they get really fat on an acorn-heavy diet, hence the nutty flavor. After processing, the meat is salted, dried, and aged for up to 3 years. Now, due to the time involved in making it, that's what makes it pricey. A single leg, which is 13 to 17 pounds of this, can cost between 500 and 4,500 pounds. Now, this next one, I want Bob Levy to know about this one. I really do. By the way, there's a Rico at 8, and we'll be out of here at 8 Eastern. And there's also replayables at 8. So we'll be out of here well before those guys, and you can go check them out. And that'll be good for everybody. Okay, this next one, I didn't show certain things that I could have shown because I didn't want to gross you out too bad. But this is Kopi Luwak coffee. Very unusual coffee. It's made from coffee beans that have been eaten and excreted by Asian palm civets. And a civet is like a wild cat animal. It's an animal. It's they just call it a civet. But if you saw one, it looks kind of like a lemur or a little bit cat-like, a little bit possum-like. Anyway, those are native to Indonesia. Now, inside the civet's digestive tract, the beans are fermented and partially broken down. The coffee is then harvested from the feces, guano, of the civet, washed thoroughly, one would hope. And the coffee is said to have a rich, smooth flavor with hints of chocolate and caramel. I don't ever get that chocolate and caramel for coffee, but whatever. Kopi Luwak coffee is one of the most expensive coffees in the world due to the labor-intensive process of hunting down the civet poo, collecting the beans, and their limited supply. And I'm assuming also the thorough washing. This coffee tastes like, might take on a new meaning here, but a pound of these beans, when harvested in the wild, can go for $600, and a cup, just a cup, could run you $100, making it the most expensive coffee in the world? And also, how bad do you want this coffee? Somebody tell Bob about that coffee. Maybe he'll be happier about his tea. You know what I mean? These, ladies and gentlemen, are matsutake mushrooms. Highly prized, one of the most expensive mushrooms in the world. They have a strong, earthy aroma, a firm, meaty texture. They're harvested in the fall, and you can eat them raw, or you can cook them in a variety of dishes like soup, stews, rice, etc. Now, these can be found in the Pacific Northwest region of the United States, as well as many parts of Asia. Like truffles, they cannot be reliably grown. Instead, you have to forage them from among the roots of only red pine trees. Now, unfortunately, a type of roundworm has been damaging the pine trees that these mushrooms need to grow. As a result, the harvests of the mushrooms have dropped over the last 7 or 8 decades, and the price has skyrocketed as a result. The mushrooms can cost as much as $1,000 per pound. And there you go. And basically, chefs, when they cook with it, it's like this is the focus of the dish. This particular mushroom is so special and so rare that to just throw it in there would be a waste of time. You really have to make it the star of the dish. Thank you, StreamYard. This, ladies and gentlemen, is actually, you're looking at a spice. Hold on here. I got to get some A&W zero sugar. And it don't disappoint. Saffron is a spice made of dried stigma. Those are the red things sticking out of the flower. Of the saffron crocus flower, it has a unique flavor and aroma that is often described as floral, honey-like, slightly bitter. It's grown primarily in Iran, and it's a common ingredient in Iranian, Moroccan, and Indian dishes. And you'll find it in risotto, paella, and bouillabaisse recipes. Saffron is the most expensive spice in the world by weight due to the labor-intensive process of harvesting those little red reeds or whatever, leaves or whatever they are, sticking out of that crocus. Each crocus flower only makes 3 strands of saffron, and they have to be removed one at a time using tweezers. Now, as of the end of last year, 4 months ago, saffron retails between $10 and $20 per gram. If it's less than $10 a gram, it's probably fake corn silk threads or safflower. These fakes aren't harmful, but they won't give you the flavor that you want. While it's very expensive per gram, a little bit goes a long way. So you don't need much saffron in a dish to get the flavor from it. So there you want to go. Here's one that probably everyone has heard of. I have actually had this. It was okay. Wasn't the end of the world. But beluga caviar. Okay? And, you know, it's caviar in general is made from the roe, the eggs, if you will, of sturgeon fish. Caviar is usually served as an appetizer, typically on toast points, often accompanied by sour cream, chives, and lemon. The most expensive caviar comes from the beluga sturgeon, which is a very large animal, weighs 600 pounds. The largest ever beluga sturgeon was 3,463 pounds. So these are big fish. The popularity is an unfortunate development for the sturgeon population, as they've been overfished like crazy. You can get U.S. raised beluga caviar from a particular farm in northern Florida. It will run you about $830 for an ounce of it. So, a little pricey. Next thing on the list is the always popular white truffle. The white truffle. It's a spore. It grows underground. It's a fungus kind of thing. It's like a root or something. It's got a very strong earthy flavor with notes of oak and garlic, and you usually shave them on top of a finished dish like pasta, risotto, or eggs. You just very shave, and you have this ugly baseball that you see before you, and they just shave. That, by the way, is a washed, cut down white truffle. That isn't in its raw form. That's what it looks like when they shave it onto your food. White truffles are normally found in the Piedmont region of Italy, as well as in parts of Croatia or Slovenia. And they're expensive because the way they grow. The truffle fungi require a special chemical interaction relationship with tree roots in order to grow. And so the truffles also rely on forest animals to eat them and spread the spores of the truffles for making more truffles. Very difficult to create that in the wild because animals, by and large, are not good employees. This is why they're so rare. So if you're rare, you're expensive in a lot of cases, and a single ounce of white truffles could go for over $500. And the last one here, let's see if I've got it, my thing. I know I made a picture of it, but I think I said to myself, you're going to have to go get the picture during the show because they only let you load in 10 slides, which is just ridiculous. Okay, now that's kind of embarrassing. Oh, let's see here. I'll just do it this way. What do I care? I'll just do it this way. You want to make this something, I'll do it the way I was going to do it. Boom. There you go. Ha. Run rings around you logically. Make myself teeny tiny like Vince the lawyer. And then I'll share a screen with you all. There you go. There, ladies and gentlemen, is Kobe beef. Kobe beef. I don't want to hear about your Wagyu beef because Kobe beef is special beef that comes from Wagyu cattle. Now, to qualify as Kobe beef, the cattle must be born, raised, and processed within Japan's Hyogo Prefecture in western Japan, and the cattle are fed a diet rich in grains, gives a high fat content, and a tender texture. The resulting meat must have been both a high marbling rating and meat quality rating to get the Kobe designations. The standards are so strict that only 3,000 to 4,000 head of Kobe cattle come to market each year. As a result, in the United States, Kobe beef can cost $25 to $50 per ounce and more. At one of Miami's best restaurants, a single ounce of Kobe beef will cost $76. So don't let your Uncle Clem throw that on the grill. You're going to want somebody who knows what they're doing. I mean, let's say you want an 8-ounce steak. You're working on $800 for that steak, man. You know, that's some stuff. Now, if you've ever seen how these cattle are treated, these cattle, the Kobe, they feed them beer, they walk them through water, they massage them, they treat these, you know, and then they cut their heads off and sell their meat for big profit. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most expensive food in the world. And I hope you get to have some of it very soon. Some of it, I'm sure, is quite delicious. And food's a big deal. So hopefully you'll enjoy some food without having to pay for it. Let's see. Where am I at here? Bullfrog Bunch. I think that was my typo, Tom. I don't know what that was about, but I forgive you. Hey, we're the Gully Bunch. You can be that too. I don't care. Booberry is the most expensive. Well, you might have to get Ghostberry, the Costco knockoff of Blueberry. SG Family says, and Don's Uncle Wrap-Up Show. Yes. That's a good one. The Gully Bunch. That can be it. I don't have a dog in the fight. Like lychee fruit? Ugh. I don't know nothing about lychee fruit. Johnny 8 Book says, is this live? Johnny, I don't know. I've been trying to find out. Nobody will get back to me. Julian Caesar says, that tuna pic looks like Gene Simmons got his leg/boot cut off. It does too, Julian. Let's see. Gil says, I've had bluefin once. It was delicious, but not worth that much. Yeah, sometimes if you see sushi quality seafood, you just look at it and you go, okay, I know that's worth what it's worth. Like tuna, when you see sushi grade tuna and it's in a square and they're cutting it, you're like, okay, that's better than chicken of the sea, But yeah, I had yellowtail once. It was incredible. I had it another time. It was not so good. So das right. Jokerfish says 500 pounds of tuna would be a big can. Yes, it's like a drum. Drum of tuna. Randy says nobody knows what real watermelon tastes like anymore, not like when we were kids. Yeah, you get it from the grocery store now, and it's got that watery taste. It doesn't have the watermelon taste as much. Brett says big melons tend to be the most popular. That has been my experience, and it's certainly the case at my house. Diana O'Brien says, hey, Gullerinos. Hello, Diana O'Brien. How are you? People saying hi to Diana. Toby will be back. He's got to step out. All right. Bat coffee. Goat Scroat says poo beans. Yes. Fishman says the cat litter acts like its own creamer. Julian Caesar says my cat's a picky eater, but I'm going to see if she'll eat some coffee beans. Yeah, make your own Kopi Yawilk or whatever it's known as. If I'd have shown you'd have hurled. Let me see. What is it? Yeah, I'll show you the beans. You want to see the beans for that? I'll show you the beans. These beans here. This picture isn't big enough. Oh, I want it bigger than that. Dag nabbit. I don't know how to zoom in on that, but I'm going to show you anyway. Okay, I made myself teeny tiny, like Vince the lawyer. All right, hopefully you can see these well enough. And see, those don't look like as bad as they are until you know where they came from, if that makes any sense to you. Once you know where they came from and you see what's in between all the nooks and crannies of those particular coffee beans, then you got an opinion. Yick. Anyway, is that Starbucks coffee? It is not. Tom, I get enough crap for my wife. No way am I drinking coffee from a cat's butt. Diana said, I will stick with my Dow Egbert's decaf. Thank you. Joker says, I'm walking my dog. He just dropped some coffee. Joker says, I'm just wild about saffron. She's just wild about me. I have saffron in the house, says Randy. Well, you're a chef. Of course you would. You know. Saffron was a very trendy paint and fashion color for a while. Fruiting body. Doctor says, hail Tom. Hail you, Doctor. Hail right back at you. Angry Snowball says, I usually eat bugs, but truffle seems equally good. 500 smackers for an ounce of truffle? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Aku says, because I grill every day, I have a collection of seasonings. One of them is black truffle sea salt. Not as much truffle as I'd like, but adds great flavor to my cheap, rare steak. It's always good to have seasonings, man. And rubs and various things like that. You got to have a huge collection of those. Aku says, Wagyu beef is amazing. You can render fat just by rubbing your finger against it. Smokes really well. I've heard it's very good. Mix that with hamburger helpers. Terry Homie Don't Play That is here. Hopefully she's keeping that crazy Chris Abels in line. Terry Nees, happy birthday. Is it your birthday, Terry? Or is this one of those things that's what people say? I vote Gully Bunch. You guys can be whatever you want, man. Band together. Make it happen. Terry Nee says, and then just let me know if you want me to make you a shirt. I love it when it's Terry Nee's birthday. Is this Terry Nee's birthday? Terry Nee, happy birthday to you, sir. This isn't your birthday. You're not this much older than me. Didn't we cover that? Aren't you less older than me? The problem with bluefin is you have to reel it in quick as it will cook itself fighting the line. Terry Nee likes big melons, and you should have them for your birthday. I was so spoiled with my food budget when I worked in Naples, it's embarrassing the budget I have now. Yeah, I imagine. The black watermelons seem racy. Mother of God, says SG. Frog legs are tasty. I had them once. They were okay. Is that the before or the after? I don't know what picture we were showing. But those civets must be eternally grumpy. That or just over-caffeinated. Jif chunky peanut. Bovril is pretty expensive in the United States. It is. We haven't done our diligence on Bovril. We really haven't. Yellow Mellow, says Terry. Mellow, yeah. They call me Mellow Yellow. Not going to mention about grilled gator, not the tail, the whole gator. By the way, we are monetized, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe it. I just like saying it. Julian Caesar says, there's a funny story in Anthony Bourdain's autobiography where his chef friend came to his kitchen and took a big bite out of his truffle. Oh, my God. Got one, says Terry Nee. Homie Don't Play That. Am I supposed to be watching him now? I don't know. Just somebody's got to keep him in line. Hamhead said, it's my birthday for reals. I'm 40 now. Hey, Hamhead, happy 40th. I heard you asking your question. Do you guys have any advice for somebody turning 40? Yeah, me and Terry Nee have some advice for you, and that is enjoy it while you can. We'll trade you right now. We got I'm a gully head from way back. I can't change. I'm 28 days old. So you're not, your birthday's not for a month anyway. Ish. Homie No Play says, happy birthday, Hamhead. Happy birthday, Hamhead. And happy birthday, Hamhead. Thanks, homie. Let's get through the, thanks, fanboy. Bovril was kept out of the U.S. for labeling problems. No, I think it was something other than that. It's got to do with rendered meat flesh or something. Happy birthday, Hamhead. Zephod loves him some Bovril. Gilman says, morel mushroom, dry land fish. Morels, you got to hunt those babies. 40 was yesterday. God, I blinked. I turned 40, I blinked, and now I'm this age. Thanks, Jokerfish. SG Fanboy says, my advice to turning 40, stay away from Chris Abel. Well, Johnny 8 Books says, Gully head for life. Doctor says, meat flesh. SG, it is true. Well, like the Seattle Sounders, well, like a lot of soccer clubs, they have more than one supporters group. Like the Seattle Sounders have one that mostly does, everybody in it does public service. There's another one that's, there's a bunch of them. So you can have a whole bunch of different ones. Angry Snowball says, could someone recommend an appropriate seasoning for my Sacco snack spiders? Yes, I like to season those with Crunchy Frog. What was the one called? Chocolate Surprise. Do you remember the Monty Python sketch where all there's like a chocolatier, or whatever, the people that chocolatier or whatever, they make chocolate, and they were showing their sample box, and one of them was called Crunchy Frog, and it's like, what's this one made out of? It's got a dead frog in it. And then there was one called Chocolate Surprise, that when you bit down on it, spikes shot out of it. Hamhead said, thank God I don't own a house. I'll stay away. Ronald J. Bateman says, love the show as always. Congrats on the monetization. Thank you, Ronald. Thank you. Terry Nee says, the gay gullies. And I mean 1920s gay. Like the gay divorcee. Yeah. Gay as a parade. That word actually used to be able to be used in public, Oh, I love it when Mary comes up. She's always so light and gay. She's always got a gay melody on it. Not anymore. Aku said, not to give my age away, but hair past mid-30s, no back, knee, or any major health issues. I can regularly lift double my own weight, and I'm fully expecting to burst into flames one of these days. Yeah, I used to be that way too. In fact, I'm still that way, but I have had to start reminding myself, after I fell down, and certain other things, buddy, you are cruising for a bruise. If you keep running the way you do every year, you are going to blow out a knee or an ankle or something. Stop it. Stop it. The lovely and talented Homie Don't Play Lad says, here's you, Tom Gully, to go treat yourself to some ramen and hamburger helper. I'll just double up on the hamburger helper. I don't like ramen. I hate the taste of ramen. But what did Cousin Eddie say in which movie was it? Well, they're talking about a hamburger helper. He goes, hamburger helper does pretty good on its own. It doesn't even need hamburger. Terry Nee, ha ha ha. Surprise, it's not chocolate. Peanut butter and frosted flakes. Yum. That does sound good. Pringles and peanut butter isn't good, too. Is good. It is good. Life at 30, crippled at 60. That's kind of the way it goes, yeah. Also, sometimes, not all the time, and you wish it was all the time, in a sick way, you'll do something that will make you out of breath that should not make you out of breath. Now, maybe earlier you were doing something really strenuous that did not make you out of breath, but one, tying your shoes or something did. I hate that. Oh, Randy says, my hamburger helper is Summer Rose. I don't know what that is. Is that is that one of your sous chefs or? Aku Mugen says, stamina is shot. I can run far, can't run far, but can sprint. As an example, the next time you see an aluminum F-150 box, I can lift that alone. Yeah, I can still lift stuff and I can still do stuff. It's just sometimes I'll do something and it'll out of nowhere make me out of breath. Meanwhile, yes, I can run. I can lift them. It's weird. It is totally weird. Chris Abels is here. He says, I agree with SG, a fan about turning 40. Chris Abels, you're 40? I carried a 70-pound dog up one flight of steps yesterday. Thought I was going to die from being out of breath. Summer Rose is your hamburger helper. I actually have a bunch of hamburger here I got to eat in the next couple days. Maybe I'll make me a couple of burgers for Din Din. Yeah. Terry Nee says, I pulled my back raking. Well, if you go to the TomGullyShow.com, you will see and you will hear that I used to be extremely close friends with a famous, not now, but in the day, comedian named Kip Adada. He had me laughing so hard, and this is more than 5 years ago, one time that I pulled a muscle in my side of my rib cage. It was... Chris Abel says, cheers, Tom. By the way, replayables tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern on Levyverse channel. And we'll be out of here by then. So you guys can all go there, or Uncle Rico. I don't know why they're... Well, never mind. One of the two shows. You can go check that out. They're both fine shows with wonderful people that I love. Chris looks 60. He looks younger than 40 to me. Thank you, Terry. He's got his wife's a looker. So he looks, that makes a man look younger when your wife's a looker. Jokerfish says, I'm ready for midweek freak out. I've been wild today. Well, you deserve it, Joker. Freak out. Go ahead. Kidding, Chris. I think I know Terry. I know Terry, I think. Let's see here. Terry, no, he doesn't. Brett B says, hello, Gully Mites. Happy Wednesday, Abels and Homie. Yes, happy Wednesday to you. Gilman says, where do I go to get that Gully clock? Love it. Well, Gilman, in the crawl down there, you can go to the Tom Gully Show and go to the store, or you can go to cafepress.com/The Tom Gully Show. But if you go to the TomGullyShow.com, there'll be a place that says store, and it's in one of the non-clothing categories. I think Terry Nee's got himself a clock, if I'm not mistaken. And thank you so much, Gilman, for the donation, for the super chat. Happy Wednesday, Jenna. Thank you, Tom. Don't thank me. You did all the work. Jenna getting some love from Homie Don't Play That. And she don't. Let's see. What do we got? What's our breakdown right now? 23 here in YouTube. 10 over on Twitter. Hey, Twitter, we're not mad at you. Thanks for watching us on Twitter. We appreciate it. You're a good person for doing so. But YouTube is the preferred place to watch the Tom Gully Show, because then you're in the chat. Whoops, the chat. There, that's my chat motion. Then you're in the chat with everybody else, and we'd love to have you here. But just as long as you're watching, we're happy, and we hope you're enjoying the program. X, formerly known as Twitter. Let's see here. Joker says, we love Jenna. Frog family. Oh, yeah, Jenna's the best. We're big supporters of the frog here. Angry Snowball says, aw, darn, drop my snack sack. They're in my hair. The spiders, you mean? Oh, doggone it. I'm sorry. Ronald Bateman says, I'm watching on Twitter and YouTube. Hey, double duty. YouTube's a good place. It is a good place. It's a very good place. Saw a 35% discount with Cafe Press. Was that today? I didn't I know that yesterday, with that one day, it was 40% off everything in the store. Um, let's see, Max. I'm giving out SG Fanboy, the name of that group that does the song. Let's see, there we go. So now it's a special thing. Let me see here. I thought it was 35%. It was 40% the other day. I don't know what it is today. Pep Guardiola, I don't care. Like that. Don Larpe likes the show every day. Thank you, Don. He likes it on the X, formerly known as Twitter. Let's see here. Cafe Press. Let me see. I usually get a notification from Cafe Press every single day. I'm telling you what, Microsoft is really ticking me off. They've got this thing set up now so you can't just keep your email open. You got to log back into it every single time. And that's why I use Macintosh products. So there you go. That's what they get for being the way they are. Well, let's see here. Oh, we got a nice... No, it's... I don't... Oh, here. Yeah. Oh, hey. I think Terry Nee is dead on. Let's see here. Is this today? Today's Wednesday? Yes, it is. Okay, yeah. So you can save 35%. It says on what's new. Shop our hottest arrivals today. So it's just on new things. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means you'd get 35% off my stuff or not. I know yesterday you could have got 40. I don't know, man. I wouldn't trust them. I don't know, man. Seems kind of sketchy to me. Frogs, boo. Oh, I like the frog. Team Joker, says Sunday Jenna. Randy says, say goodnight, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. Have a good time out there in Union Station, downtown Indianapolis, just off the circle, south of St. Elmo's. Say goodnight, Gracie. I already did that one. Love the Gully Clock, too. Well, it's there. Akumugan says, we need to get Tom's channel bigger. I have an idea for a clock with Wi-Fi, so it'll alert to a preset countdown to Tom going live. I have an idea where I make people put a probe between their subcutaneous layer of skin, and then I broadcast a beacon message, and it makes it throb really painfully when the show starts. Ronald Bateman says, if I win the Powerball tonight, I'm sending out a huge super chat. Well, thank you. Good luck, Ronald. Hey, Ronald, if you win the Powerball tonight, I say you buy that condominium complex that I used to live in, and we recreate the condo for Bushmills. We do it for one night, and then you sell it back to somebody else at a profit. What was the name of that amusement park across the street from there? I think I walked up to the gate of it one time. I was going to go in there and just eat, amusement park food. And there was just so many kids there that I went, oh, forget it. How many Final Fours do you have? The only team left alive in my bracket that I filled out is Purdue. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, SG Fanboy. Who do you think will win it all? I hope NC State. I want Purdue because I'm from Indiana. My aunt, her father was an All-American at Purdue and in football. And they've never won it. Some of those other teams have won it before. So I'm going Purdue. What I really want to have happen, though, is tomorrow night for Indiana State, Larry Bird's old school, to win the NIT over Seton Hall as a way of telling the NCAA, hey, you should have put us in the field. And they should have. Don't get me started on the NCAA. Whoopsie. I love that idea. It's a deal if I win. My ex-wife will have to be there too, but we're okay. King Richard's is the park that used to be across the street. Pretty sure there are condos in its place. What a chintzy. Hey, you know what? For little kids, it was probably awesome because it was an amusement park for smaller children, and it was probably incredible. But I'm sure no tears were shed when that went away. Akumugan says, Pukey Lady on the radio is saying my area is looking at heavy rain and then several inches of snow. Ooh. Angry Snowball says, thank you, Tom. Fun times, but I can't afford to eat at your show. Neither can I. I can't afford one of those ruby red Roman grapes behind me. Joker says, Seton Hall was our local team. I used to like them in the 80s or 90s, but do you guys know about this kid that plays for Indiana State? They call him Cream Abdul-Jabbar, like put cream in your coffee because he's white. And he's like 6'10". He's a center, gets tons of assists. He can shoot threes. You know about this kid? He's quite a story. Quite a story. Ronald Bateman says, there's a sushi restaurant where Ridgeport was once located. We'll have to start there. Yes. Gilman says, I agree about Indiana State. Hey, it's only 2 minutes till the start of some other better shows. You can go watch Replayables on Levyverse, or you can watch Uncle Rico on the Shuley Network. We love all those guys, and we encourage you to do all that. Thank you to everyone who made a generous donation here during our program tonight. It was awesome. That was very kind of you. And I guess the only thing left to say is, till next time, we'll see you next time.